My beloved child, I moved everything to bring you here right now. You think you stumbled onto this message, but I ordered the steps of time. I whispered into your spirit, and I disrupted your day on purpose, because I couldn't wait another second to speak to you. You've been feeling it, a pressure inside your soul, a stirring you can't explain, and knowing that something big is about to break. And you're right, because this moment, this exact second, was written into eternity before you ever took your first breath. You are not just watching a video. You are walking into a divine appointment. My hand is upon you stronger than ever before, and what I'm about to release into your life will feel sudden, but it's been building for years. Don't scroll away. Don't dismiss this as coincidence. This is the moment when heaven leans in and begins to unlock what has been hidden for far too long. You have no idea what's been waiting behind the door I'm opening. You thought the silence meant I had forgotten you. But I was saving the reveal for this second, because only now is your heart finally ready to carry what I've prepared. You've asked me, why hasn't it happened yet, Lord? And I answered you by stretching your faith, by building your roots in the unseen, by allowing the soil to feel dry so you would dig deeper. Because the fruit I'm about to birth through you isn't temporary, it's legacy. You have cried in the secret place. You fought battles no one else could see. You've held on while everything screamed at you to let go. And you wondered if you were wasting your strength. But listen closely. I have stored every tear. I have multiplied every whisper. I have written every moment of pain into the script of your promotion. You didn't miss it. You didn't ruin it. You're not too late. You're right on time, because you're aligned with my divine schedule, not the world's. And that means something huge is about to collide with your reality. I am releasing a moment you cannot afford to scroll past, because it holds the very shift your spirit has been aching for. Don't skip this. You have waited long enough. You're not standing on the edge of another delay. You're standing on the edge of your divine release. This is not inspiration. This is impartation. And it's unfolding now. You didn't recognize it at first, but something has already started changing around you. That restlessness you've been feeling, it isn't frustration. It's movement. The shifting of unseen things. The rearranging of pieces you didn't know were even part of your future. I've been laying the groundwork where you assumed nothing was happening. While you were waiting, I was weaving. While you were questioning, I was orchestrating. Not a single moment hath been wasted. You prayed for clarity. I began answering through disruption, because before I could show you what's next, I had to remove what was keeping you anchored in the past. There were things that felt like they fell apart, but they were falling into place. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. You didn't lose what mattered. You lost what was blocking what I'm about to do. I had to empty your hands so I could fill them with something you never imagined possible. And now, listen closely. This isn't just a new season. It's a divine turning of the page. I am not repeating an old chapter with better words. I'm writing an entirely new script, one that lifts you out of survival and into strategy. You've been walking by faith, yes. But now I'm about to show you why that faith was necessary. The people who doubted you, they won't be able to deny what I'm about to unfold in your life. The nights you spent silently battling thoughts that tried to convince you nothing would ever change, those nights were preparation for the authority I'm placing in your voice. Don't let the silence confuse you. The atmosphere is about to respond. I position you for visibility, not invisibility. For impact, not obscurity. Stay till the end. Something you've been praying about in private is about to be confirmed in undeniable, public ways. You'll know it's me, because it will happen faster than makes sense, bigger than what seems reasonable, and more beautifully than you even asked for. The doors you thought were closed forever, I kept them shut because you were meant to build the keys first. And now, you're holding the exact strength I needed you to carry. So when I swing these gates wide, you'll know how to walk through them without fear. Keep breathing. Keep listening. A shift isn't coming. It has already begun. The moment you stopped trying to figure everything out, that's when I stepped in. You didn't even realize it. But when you surrendered the outcome, you unlocked something that had been waiting on your release, not your effort. I never needed you to have it all together. I needed you to let go of what you were never meant to carry. You've been wrestling with timelines, wondering why others seem to arrive quicker, with less struggle. But what I've placed on your life doesn't run on shortcuts or surface-level success. There is weight behind your calling. Not heaviness, but glory. I've trusted you with depth, and that kind of depth requires stillness before the storm breaks. Now look again. The signs are subtle, but they are there. Conversations you didn't initiate are beginning to point toward something new. Thoughts are coming alive that don't sound like fear anymore. The same situations that used to drain you now feel strangely powerless. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. I've begun to shift the atmosphere of your life from confusion to clarity, and clarity always feels quiet at first. Don't ignore it just because it isn't loud. This is the stage where distractions lose their grip, and discernment takes the lead. You'll notice it in the small things. Your peace will become non-negotiable. Your spirit will detect what no longer fits. Your desires will begin to purify without force. And just like that, you will begin walking lighter, not because the burden left, but because I've begun to carry it with you. This is the stretch of the journey where others may still overlook you, but I'm highlighting you in rooms they haven't seen yet. Opportunities are being prepared with your name on them, not for who you pretended to be, but for who you've quietly become. So don't rush this part. Don't scroll away too quickly. There is something huge on the other side of this silence. And when I reveal it, it won't just make sense. It will redeem every moment that didn't. I've been watching the way your heart has started to expect again, even if it's just a flicker. You've been cautious with your hope, afraid to dream too boldly, too fast. But I've been stirring something within you that can no longer stay dormant. This isn't emotional hype. It's divine awakening. I've placed something within you that cannot stay hidden much longer. You felt it, like a pressure beneath the surface. Not anxiety, but anticipation. A sense that something is approaching, even if you can't explain why. That feeling isn't misleading you. It's revealing what your spirit already knows. You're standing at a line few are willing to cross, the threshold between what has been familiar and what is finally about to change. I brought you here for this precise unveiling. Nothing about this timing is random. Old cycles are being interrupted right now. Conversations are going to begin unfolding that break patterns you thought were permanent. Unexpected voices will confirm things you only dared to whisper in your quiet time with me. And when it happens, don't shrink back. You were never meant to carry favor with fear. You've mistaken delay for denial, but I was simply protecting the integrity of the gift I'm placing in your hands. I didn't say no. I said not yet. And now, not yet is turning into now. You won't need to chase what I'm about to send. It will find you. Doors will begin to respond to the authority I've been developing in you. Authority not formed in applause, but in private obedience. So stay close. Stay grounded. Stay till the end, because what's coming won't be partial, and it won't be predictable. It will be precise, and it will carry my signature across every detail. What I'm unveiling now will require courage, not excitement. You've reached the point where comfort can no longer guide you, because comfort would keep you circling the same mountain. What's opening before you asks for discernment, maturity, and trust in what you've learned through the waiting. You are no longer being prepared. You are being positioned. That distinction matters. Reversion happens in hidden places. Positioning happens when alignment meets readiness. And readiness doesn't announce itself with noise. It shows up as calm resolve. That's why your reactions have changed. Things that once triggered panic now meet patience. Situations that once confused you now feel strangely clear. You didn't lose sensitivity. You gained stability. This is the evidence of growth you never celebrated. You've been assuming strength looks like intensity, but the strength I've formed in you looks like restraint, clarity, and confidence that doesn't need approval. Pay attention to what no longer tempts you. That's where your authority is forming. What I'm about to entrust you with isn't fragile. It won't collapse under pressure. It will require constant reassurance. It will move forward because it's built on truth, not urgency. And here's something you haven't considered yet. The reason it felt like nothing was moving is because I was aligning more than just circumstances. I was aligning people, timing, access, and visibility, all at once. When it begins, it will feel seamless. That's not luck. That's precision. You may feel an inner tension right now, like you're standing between breath and release. That tension isn't confusion, it's transition. You are crossing from endurance into execution. Stay with me through this moment. There's a decision ahead that will require you to trust what you know, not what feels safe. The confirmation won't come through noise or urgency. It will arrive quietly, clearly, and without pressure. You'll recognize it by the peace that follows, not the adrenaline that precedes it. Don't skip this part of the journey. Many walk away here because it looks too ordinary to be divine. But what I do next won't shout. It will settle into place and begin working immediately. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of obedience that doesn't seek applause. And when you look back, you'll realize this moment wasn't dramatic because it was final. It was calm because it was certain. You're closer than you think, and what's unfolding now is irreversible. This can't wait another second, not just for you, but for the next soul that's about to be reached through your obedience. You said, "Lord, use me." This is how I'm answering. When you give into this mission, you're not donating. You're sowing divine seed into the lives of people who need this exact word. Heaven sees the river you're about to release through your generosity, and I will multiply it like the oil that never ran dry. Give, and it shall be given to you. Luke 6:38. Not as a future promise, but as a living reality right now. Your giving today carries weight in eternity, opens doors in your future, and blesses generations beyond your name. Go now, bless this mission with super thanks, U2 membership, or the PayPal link in the description. So where the Spirit is moving, there's a shift taking place in places you can't yet see, not because you're missing it, but because it's happening in the foundations first. I'm settling things at the root level. This isn't the kind of change that starts with visible breakthroughs. It begins in the unseen, where your structure is being secured for the weight of what's coming. You've been asking for more, but I couldn't release it until what supported you was ready to hold it. I'm not building moments around you. I'm building legacy through you. This is why the progress felt slow. This is why certain doors stayed shut even when you knocked with faith. Not because you were wrong, not because you were overlooked, but because the timing required more depth than desire alone could carry. What I'm unfolding isn't about emotional highs or spiritual peaks. It's about permanence. You're entering into a stretch where consistency will be your greatest weapon. Momentum will come, yes, but it will be birthed through stillness, not striving. Through trust, not tension. Every person who underestimated you will witness what obedience looks like when it matures. You won't need to prove anything. What I do through you will speak for itself. Conversations that sound like casual encounters will be loaded with purpose. The alignment will feel almost too perfect to be coincidence, because it won't be. I've already whispered your name into the ears of people positioned to unlock rooms you never knew existed. When those moments arrive, respond with boldness, not surprise. You are not an outsider stepping into favor. You are the intended recipient of what has been waiting to find you. Stay sensitive to subtle shifts. This stage of your life will not be announced with loud signs. It will arrive like peace breaking a pattern, like clarity replacing confusion, like stillness settling over noise. What's unfolding can't be rushed. It's timed with eternal precision. Don't scroll. You're in the thick of divine movement. Stay present. Stay aware. This isn't the climax. It's the access point. You're stepping into the part of the story where what I promised begins to materialize, not by force, but by alignment. Not in part, but in fullness. I've begun opening pathways that once seemed impossible, but they won't appear all at once. They'll unfold through obedience. One step will reveal the next, and you'll notice how the ground feels different beneath your feet. Not because the journey got easier, but because your footing has changed. What used to shake you can no longer move you. What once required confirmation now moves at the sound of my voice. This isn't just maturity, it's authority. You've passed the season of needing signs to believe. Now you walk with insight that doesn't beg for evidence. That shift didn't come through comfort. It came through collision, with pressure, with disappointment, with surrender. And it produced something sacred, unshakable trust. That's the trust I'm using now to send you where others would hesitate to go. The next opportunity may look unfamiliar. It won't resemble what you imagined, but it will carry everything I promised. Don't reject it because it doesn't fit the pattern. This next chapter was never meant to repeat the previous one. It's not promotion by repetition, it's elevation through revelation. You'll hear words in this season that echo what I've already whispered in secret. Don't be surprised. I've been speaking through multiple channels, confirming through conversations, through timing, through what you feel but can't always explain. You'll meet people who feel like answers. You'll walk into spaces that feel like home before anyone introduces you. This is how alignment works when it's divinely ordered. The wrong connections are falling away, not by your hand, but by my design. I'm removing what once distracted you, not to isolate you, but to make room for what's accurate. There's no need to rush or strive. Everything I've assigned to your life is moving into position. Even now, there are hearts being stirred with your name. They don't know you yet, but they'll recognize you when they see you, because I've marked you with purpose they're destined to partner with. Stay till the end. Don't click away too early. What I've started cannot be undone. The moment you're in right now isn't waiting for a breakthrough. It is the beginning of one. The environment around you has started responding to something new, not because you changed your surroundings, but because your presence has shifted. You stepped into a deeper awareness of who I've created you to be, and that awareness is disrupting the atmosphere you once blended into. You aren't being pushed out. You're being pulled forward. Not everyone will understand this shift. Some connections will grow quiet. Some familiar places will no longer feel like home. Don't interpret that as rejection. It's confirmation that your spirit no longer fits where growth has been outgrown. I'm not subtracting for punishment. I'm clearing space for precision. You asked for clarity, and now it's arriving, not through loud announcements, but through sudden disinterest in what no longer carries your assignment. What's ahead won't require you to chase it. It will require you to recognize it. Be prepared for opportunities that don't come with titles, but carry massive weight. The ones I send won't look like validation. They will look like alignment. And they won't flatter your ego. They'll activate your purpose. Watch for patterns breaking. Moments that used to pull you off course will start falling flat. Old temptations will lose their grip. Conversations that once drained you will no longer require your energy. This isn't indifference. It's evolution. You're becoming the version of yourself that prayer has been molding in the quiet. Everything I'm doing right now is refining your vision. The way you see yourself, the way you discern others, the way you approach decisions. All of it is being sharpened. Stay alert. Stay aware. Something massive is approaching that will give you time to prepare once it arrives. That's why I'm preparing you now, in advance, in the quiet, while no one's watching. Don't scroll away from this. There is a shift happening in the unseen that will soon spill into your visible world, and when it does, you'll recognize every delay as part of the exact precision needed for this moment. You're walking into territory that has waited for your arrival. Nothing can block what I've already written with your name on it. There are things beginning to make sense now that once left you in confusion. That's not coincidence. It's revelation catching up to your timeline. You've arrived at a place in your journey where hindsight is becoming a divine teacher, not just a memory. You're starting to see why it had to happen that way, why it couldn't come sooner, and why you couldn't take everyone with you. The alignment you're experiencing isn't just external. It's internal agreement between who you are and who I called you to become. Your spirit is finally ready to receive the things I've had waiting, not because you prayed harder, but because you stopped holding on to what wasn't yours to carry. The burden isn't heavier now. You're simply more aware of its purpose. There's an assignment emerging, and it's connected to the very pain you've been trying to forget. Not to reopen old wounds, but to transform them into keys for others. What nearly broke you is about to become the door you walk through to bring freedom. You won't need to explain how you got here. The fruit will speak. People who once overlooked your quiet obedience will begin to ask how you endured. Not for gossip, for guidance. Because the oil on your life was not produced through applause, it was pressed out through perseverance. Aesthetic evasion, not in ways that overwhelm, but in ways that make time catch up to what I've already established in the spirit. Things will begin happening quickly because they've been ready for longer than you realize. Your faith has finally met their timing. Be cautious where you share your vision. Not everyone is equipped to handle the weight of what I'm doing in you. This isn't secrecy, it's stewardship. Stay in posture, not performance. You won't need to force anything. The right doors will respond to your presence. The right people will recognize your authority. The right opportunities will carry peace. Don't skip this moment. You're not waiting for the shift. You are the shift. And everything around you is starting to adjust accordingly. This is the moment you've been sensing but couldn't describe. What you're stepping into now carries the weight of every yes you whispered when no one else was watching. I saw it all, not just your battles, but your decisions to keep believing when belief felt like breaking. There is a release happening as you read these words. Not symbolic, not distant. It is real. It is immediate. It is irreversible. I have closed chapters that exhausted your hope. I've broken cycles that kept you circling the same empty places. What used to be familiar will feel foreign, not because you've changed locations, but because you've stepped into a higher atmosphere. This isn't elevation for your name to be known. It's positioning for my name to be glorified through you. The impact I'm preparing you for won't be measured in likes, follows, or titles. It will be measured in lives transformed through your obedience. People will walk freer because you decided not to quit. Chains will fall because you stood in faith when it made no sense to stay standing. Don't minimize what I'm doing just because it doesn't look loud. This is how heaven builds, quietly, powerfully, and with eternal intention. You don't need another sign. You are the confirmation someone else had been praying for. You are the evidence that I still move, still heal, still speak. Every delay was divine strategy. Every setback was a route into something safer, purer, stronger. Nothing was wasted. Everything has been building toward this moment. To walk boldly, walk with joy. Walk knowing that the weight is lifting, not because you ran faster, but because you finally surrendered it all. Let this be the moment you mark as your turning point. Not because something ended, but because something divine just began. Amen. This divine beginning isn't just about you. It's about every heart this message will touch next through your bold generosity. You've cried out, God, I want to be part of something that matters. And He says, this is the fire you've been waiting to ignite. When you sow into this holy mission, you release rivers of life to those gasping for a word from heaven. Your offering becomes like Elijah's altar soaked in faith, and God answers with fire. Those who sow generously will reap generously. 2 Corinthians 9:6, not someday, but now. As you give, I declare a harvest over your house, favor over your finances, and miracles in motion. This is your moment to act. Give through Super Thanks, memberships, or the PayPal link below. Answer the call. My beloved, if this word stirred something deep in your spirit, then hype this video now. You don't hype a message like this to boost a screen. You hype it to seal what I just revealed in your soul. Let the fire I ignited in your heart become a signal to heaven and earth that this can't wait another second. Hype it because you know this word wasn't random, it was divine intervention. And if you felt my presence in these words, then tap like as a witness that you received it. Now, I want you to declare it boldly below. This can't wait. I'm stepping into it now. Let the comments section echo with the voices of those who are refusing to delay destiny any longer. Write it not just as a statement, but as a prophetic act, a line drawn in the spirit that you are aligned, awakened, and ready. Your declaration is not for show, it's for heaven to mark this moment. If your heart burned as I spoke, if your spirit trembled because you knew these words were for you, then subscribe now. Not for entertainment, but for encounters. Because I'm not done speaking, and I won't stop until my voice restores what the world tried to steal. Every message here is a divine appointment waiting to happen. Subscribe, and stay under the flow of my voice. Amen.